everybody, and welcome back to Triple Scoop. It's been a minute. We've been busy filming for our Hawktober Halloween special. Make sure to check that out on our YouTube at HawkTV12 if you haven't seen it already. But we are back to our regularly scheduled programming here for Triple Scoop. Here to talk today, starting off with a TV segment, talking about Stranger Things 5. The alleged final season of Stranger Things is finally upon us. How long has this show been going on for? Like, what feels like forever? Like, many, many years this show has been going on for. But I'm Chloe, joined with Zev and Ian, and we're gonna be giving our predictions, our sort of breakdown of the trailer that was released just last week. So, off the rip, how are you guys feeling like after season 4 ended? Because I know for me personally, I thought the show was going to be done. I did not think we were coming back for a 5th season, but here we are.
So I knew that a 5th season was coming because they did say it. Like, the brothers came out and said there was going to be 5, and that was going to be the cutoff. And I also, I'm kind of hoping that there's a little more, I'll say graphic content to keep it PG here, because Gaten Matarazzo, who plays Dustin, had mentioned that he wanted to see more death and destruction in the seasons, and so maybe they'll listen to him and bring his wish to life.
The show needs to end. Like, why are they making a 5th season? I mean, I remember watching that show when I was in like high school.
I started watching the show in middle school.
But probably.
Like,
but it's just like, it's so unnecessary to make this season. And frankly, I think even the last season should have not been made, because I feel like it's lost its mystique. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Like, season 1 was awesome because like it had that like mystique to it where there was a single monster, but like you didn't know the force behind what happened to Will. I don't even remember his name. Like,
yeah, Will.
I haven't seen that show in so long, but like it was cool. It was awesome, and like the hype back then versus now, it's just like it's over.
Yeah, I agree. The hype really is not what it was. Like, I think back to like season 3, that was such the like peak moment of that show. Like, everyone was in it. If you hadn't watched the show, you were out of the loop. Like, what were you doing? It was all over like pop culture. It had just taken over. And then when the 4th season came out, and they had split it into the 2 parts, which with season 5, they've now split it into 3 parts, which is absurd. But splitting it into the 2 parts and making the final 2 episodes, one of which being like a full feature-length film, like, I fear we've lost the plot a little bit, and it's like...
It's too much.
It's a little overkill, but let's now look at season 5, what's coming up this Thanksgiving, just in a couple weeks, which is crazy. The first part is coming out. Looking at the trailer, I feel like they're telling us a lot, but also not really. What do you think about that?
I think that with the trailer, like, I'm hoping, because my biggest gripe with season 4 is that it was a little too horror and not enough sci-fi. So I'm hoping that this trailer seemed a little more on the horror side of things. So I'm hoping they kind of bring it back a little bit, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So I think it's going to try to be scary. It's going to try to be jump scares and new creatures and monsters on the scene. And so, my biggest thing is I'm excited to see how they present it, and hopefully it can regain some of its charm that it potentially lost.
I mean, I'll be honest, I'm probably not going to watch this new season. I like I said, it's just like, it's lost its mystique. Like I said, I like the horror aspect of it, like you were saying, how, the scene where like Will's mom is like trying to find her son, and like the scene where she's setting up the lights and like trying to contact her son, like that was cool. That was awesome. Even the, I think it was season 2 with the Russian. That was a good season. Like,
let me interrupt you real quick. I'm a season 2 stan. I stand on business that season, honestly, for me, I like it more than season 3. Like, I understand the season 3 hype. I'm not saying it's good, but I just think season 2 captures like exactly what the show is supposed to be, with the horror and the panic of not knowing what's going on, and just all of like everything starts to come together, but you don't know too much. That's what I think is the problem now. We know too much.
Yeah.
Like, we know what the Upside Down is. We know who Vecna is. We know how everything is interlinked. So it's like, you said that mystique, it's gone. We know too much. We understand like how everything works, and it's just like, okay, so then why doesn't Elle just like, you know, you are like Papa, and then blow everything up? Like, I don't understand.
I understand wanting to make more money on this, but from a creative standpoint, I think it should have ended a long time ago. And my favorite season was when, what's his name?
Hopper?
Hopper. Hops.
Hops?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Good old Hops.
Love Hops.
When
He's
Hopper
great.
was in the Siberian Gulag, that was like my favorite season.
That was 3, I believe.
Was it 3?
Unless
That
it
was a
was-
fun season.
Wait, when he was in Russia?
Yeah.
That was 4. That was season 4.
Was that 4?
Yeah, when Hopper was in Russia, because season 3 ended with the collider exploding, and then he got captured, and then he was in
Oh my God.
Russia for 4.
But that was cool. And like before that, when like you only knew about the monster in like the United States, it was cool. It was like mysterious. And then just to like point out at the end of probably season 3, if he's going to jail in season 4, point out at the end of that season that, oh, it exists in another country too. It's like, so now they're aliens.
Yeah.
Like it's not cool anymore. Like it's lost that monster aspect.
It's not as cool. But looking ahead to season 5 and looking at what we've kind of seen teased in the trailer, what do we think is going to happen? How is this going to end? Who's going to die? Because you mentioned they're hoping to be a lot more like death, just like blanket just predictions on who's going to go and like how Hawkins is going to come back from all of this.
I think, you know, and I hate to say it because I'm his biggest fan, but I think Steve is going to go. I do. You know, it was a big thing in season 4. He's so big. He has such a big part in the show, but I think he's going to meet his maker in season 5. I truly do, because he's such a big part of the show, and I think taking out that chunk of like the babysitter, you know, watched over all the kids, but now he kind of goes, is like, you know, I think it's going to happen.
Well, I can already put my money on it. I know exactly how this is going to end. The kids are going to defeat Vecna. Elle is going to, 11, oh my God.
Yes, Elle, you're
Elle.
correct. 12.
I hate this show. Why did I come on and talk about it? 11 is going to sacrifice herself. She's going to blow herself up with Vecna. Steve's going to die. We know that.
Hey, there's hope.
We don't know.
We don't
No,
know.
we know, like, we've all seen it before.
We don't know.
The most
hoping
likable
against it.
characters are the ones that die.
Okay.
We know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's his face?
Which kid? Who? Hopper, Will, Mike,
I don't know. I
Dustin.
don't watch this season, guys. It's not
All
gonna
right.
be. It's not gonna end.
Ian's caked. So
I'm not caked. I'm not caked. This show was so good. Like 3 seasons ago. Like after 3 seasons, but after 3 seasons, like it sucks.
all right.
It sucks. I'm gonna say it right now. This show sucks. Don't watch it.
All right. So
Don't watch it.
my final
I'm done.
predictions.
I don't want
think.
to
all
talk
right,
about
all
this
right.
show anymore.
Buy
I'm taking my
it.
stuff there.
So I think, just to wrap things up here, I think, sadly, I think Steve is going to die. I don't want it to happen, but I think it will. I think Max is going to die, or something's going to happen to Max. That's pretty big, because she doesn't really appear that much in the trailer. Nancy, I think, is going to go crazy, because she's seen holding guns. She's, like, washing blood off her hands. So I'm excited to see a little bit of Nancy arc. She's, like, one of my favorites. And yeah, I don't really know much else other than that, other than just who I think is going to die. So we shall see 3 parts coming out in the next 3 months. I know my holiday weekends are going to be locked in at the computer screen, not Ian. He's off camera looking at me like I'm insane, but I'm too far deep. I have to keep watching. So thank you guys so much. He just threw the bear at me. Thank you guys so much. We shall be right back with another segment here on Triple Scoop. Stay tuned for more.
Did you know that 9 out of 10 Americans are sick of the divisions in our country? But there's one small step we can take to remember that we're still connected. All over America, strangers with different political views are coming together to talk about their lives, not politics, and discovering they actually have a lot in common. Because even if we don't see eye to eye, we can still talk, heart to heart. So let's talk, for a change. Learn more at takeonesmallstep.org.
You can just keep watching and scrolling, and the world will still feel like it's falling apart. Or you can take action by joining a movement that's creating lasting change instead. Because at World Vision, we believe that no situation is hopeless. Join a movement that's changing the world for good.
Welcome today to our segment here, talking about opium, right? My name's Tim. This is my glorious King Tom, and this is my glorious Prince Benicio. And those of you that don't know what Opium is a record label by glorious King Playboy Carti, and guys, can you also tell us about our other members?
Yes. So I'll go first. We got Ken Carson. You know, he's dropping tonight. I'm going to bring that up early now. You got the next guy.
Destroy Lonely.
Exactly, got the shirt right here.
Yeah, that's a
Great.
fire shirt.
Homicide Gang, a great duo, Michi and Bino,
Apollo Red.
brand new.
Yep.
Easy
And we got that whole lineup. All of those guys are on tour right now. It's called the Antagonist Tour. It's the biggest tour of the year.
Biggest tour of the year. And you know, before we talk about how big of a year it was for Opium, I feel we really have to talk about just how they changed the sound of rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they fuse rap, EDM, rock, all into this one big style, and it just, all bass boosts and stuff, it just sounds great. Any
Yeah.
thoughts?
Yeah, some rappers or other musicians that follow in them is Netspend, Two Hollis, Osama Sun. Yeah, they're kind of fusing a new like underground rap
Yeah.
base, which I really like about that.
Yeah, they completely revolutionized the underground. The sound has completely changed, like you said. All three of the guys you mentioned, Two Hollis, Osama Sun, and Netspin, they're just taking the genre in a new direction that no one could have predicted 10 years ago. And then you also have guys like Che, who people are saying are pushing that genre even further with his new album, Rest in Bass. So no one knows for sure where this is going in a few years, but the experimentation and the sheer aggression has really defined underground rap in the 2020s.
Yeah, I completely agree. And speaking of the 2020s, 2025 right here has been a big year for Opium. We have 4 new albums total, starting in March with Music, Carti's first album in over 4 or 5 years. It's crazy. What are your thoughts on it?
I really liked that one. That one is, I wouldn't say my favorite by him, but it was incredible.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at first, but the more I listened to it, the more it like grew on me.
Yeah, I liked the album a lot because it really had something for everyone. When you have 34 songs on one album and mix it up when it comes to styles, there's definitely going to be good songs on the album from the perspectives of different people. I like all of his different styles, but I understand that there's some people who maybe they're a little more casual Opium fans. They might have a more specific or maybe a more mainstream sound that they like to hear. So for those people, they might prefer something like Rather Lie with The Weeknd or Good Credit with Kendrick. But then the people who like the more aggressive underground sounds would like a song like Pop Out or Cocaine Nose. And I also love to see him reunite with Lil Uzi Vert.
That
was a big question.
Really
on
good experience.
Would we see that reunion? We might see it again when he goes to Philly next Monday.
Yeah.
Tim and I are actually going.
Yeah,
to
we're
that.
going to that. It's going to
So
be great.
We're looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'll be seeing him in Newark. I wanted to go in Philly, but I have a trip to Boston that week, so I'm gonna be moshing in Newark. Got them pit tickets.
Also going to be there too in that pit right with you. It's going to be great. But going off the next month after Music dropped, Ken Carson dropped More Chaos. And that's my personal favorite of all these new Opium albums. Just like all the songs in those, I think, were banger after banger. And they all go right into each other. And it literally is more chaos. It's the exact same sound as a great Chaos. And it was just perfect. What do you guys think?
I personally liked More Chaos. I wouldn't put it up there with my favorites, but it's incredible, and I've listened to the whole thing multiple times. So yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I was a huge fan of that album. I think that of all the Opium albums that came out this year, I would agree with you. It was the best, and it was great to see them all get together for Off the Meter. Well, it was everyone except Homicide Gang
yeah.
and Apollo Red.
I loved Off the Meter.
Yeah.
That's actually my favorite song.
Yeah, it just brings back good vibes from last spring.
But yeah, then going into August, then we had a little bit of a break, but then Homicide Gang came out Lifestyle 2. And they were up against Metro Boomin with A Futuristic Summer, and they actually beat him in the numbers, which was crazy for more underground rap. It's insane to see those numbers for someone so small.
Yeah, huge achievement for them. And that really had a very distinct sound with all the guitars that they sampled. They stuck to the aggressive underground sound that was a little more like almost rock inspired. And yeah, I remember vividly when that album came out, just driving to the gym every day playing that to hype myself up.
How do you feel about that one?
I agree. Well, that's my personal favorite album, so I'll set that aside. I mean, I know I've seen bias just because I listen to a lot more Homicide Gang than everybody else, but it is my favorite, and I can't really say more, but it's like nearly no misses.
I agree. And our last album was in September, and it was Destroy Lonely with Broken Hearts 3. Honestly, my least favorite of the 4, but I feel it was still solid, and I like all the songs. Like Jumanji was a really good single from the drop. What do you guys think?
I really like Broken Hearts 3. That's probably my 2, after obviously Lifestyle 2. I wasn't like too crazy about it, but it did have some really good songs.
Yeah.
Not the Mayor, I think that was on that.
That was
correct?
a great song.
Yeah, that one was really good.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I agree with you. I think that it honestly took me by surprise. I wasn't sure what to expect out of Lone when he dropped. I would say it definitely exceeded my expectations. It was a great album for the end of the summer. So yeah, and I'm excited to see some of those songs live on Friday night.
On the topic of favorites, because we both like More Chaos the most and you like Lifestyle 2 the most, what are some of our favorite songs off the label as a whole? Let's start with you, Tom.
All right. So I'm going to go off with my number 1, Off the Meter. I really liked how it was Cardi's first, what was it, his first or only song with all of them together?
All 3, yeah.
Yeah, that one was really good. Then my 2, I have New Tank.
We'll do top 2. So New Tank.
And then, can I do one more?
You can do one more.
All right, and then Singapore. I have some honorable mentions, but I'm going to let you guys get to your top 3s.
Yeah, so my favorite Cardi song of all time would have to be Stop Breathing. For Ken Carson, I'm going with the song that I've probably listened to the most over the past 2 years, and that's Rock and Roll from his first album, Project X. And for the third song, I'm going with 5G by Homicide Gang. That was probably the most hype song, in my opinion, from their newest album.
Those are all some great songs, and I can't wait to see us all at the tour on Friday and Monday. I'm just so excited. You guys excited?
Yeah, I mean,
Excited.
I'll be wearing my jersey backwards, crowd surfing, having a good time. It's always the vibe.
That is the vibe, especially these concerts. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see ya later.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing. And getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life. This is my time. Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started. This is my time. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Find your place in space. This is my time. Space for All.
Being a teen isn't quite as simple as you'd like it to be. Maybe you're down on school, down on your friends, or even down on yourself. What if there was a safe place you could turn to? A place with a team of people there to help teens every day about whatever they may be going through and share some interactive tips and tools to help you sort things out. Check out yourlifeyourvoice.org. It's a powerful place to start your comeback. Ready when you are.
It's something about having that piece of paper. Some people think that's worth more than my skills. I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
You just gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Analytics and empathy, that's how I've gained clients.
I am more.
I'm more
than who I am on paper.
Welcome back to our final segment here on this episode of Triple Scoop. We're running it back with another music segment because right about this time, it's the 1-year anniversary of Chromakopia. Peep the shirt, peep the shirt. My name is Chloe. I'm joined with Tim and Tom, TNT, and Ian, Dynamite. So guys, we're not necessarily going to be talking about Chromakopia, although Tyler did release I don't want to say a deluxe version of the album. It's just he re-released the album, put a little plus sign at the end, changed the cover art, and added another song, Mother. Have you guys listened to it? What are your guys' thoughts?
I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. I'm sorry. No. I
Why?
didn't think it was that good.
Why?
I listened to it, and it just didn't really fit my ears.
Okay.
Okay, well, I heard the song already back when, because I got the vinyl, and it was exclusive to the vinyl at the time. And when I first heard it, I was like, oh, this is a good song. And I went to add it to my playlist, it wasn't there. So I've been listening to it on my vinyl for like the past year. So having it on like my Apple Music is really good. I like that song.
Yeah, Tyler has the habit of like making things like sneaky. Like he'll sneak things onto the vinyl and then it's like, this won't appear on Spotify. But I agree, I like that he finally chose to release it because I liked it. I listened to it actually right before we shot today. And I think it is a good fit into the album. Ian, what do you think?
I really did like the song, but I wish it was released when the album was released because I think it would have added on to the hype. Because I really do like Chromakopia, but I feel like that's died down now, especially since Don't Tap the Glass has been released. And I hate to say this, but I kind of prefer it very tiny bit more than Chromakopia.
No, that's fair. And good segue, you bringing up Don't Tap the Glass. I think, like you said, the hype of Chromakopia has since long gone, since the tour has officially ended now, or is he done, or is he in Europe? Either way, he's done right now in the US touring Chromakopia, and then with the release of Don't Tap the Glass right in the middle of the tour, actually right after the concert that I went to, he started teasing that stuff, and I was like, bro's gonna drop music and I'm gonna write when I miss it. But you were lucky enough, you went to Newark Night too, and you got to hear Don't Tap the Glass live. So what was that like, fresh off the release, hearing it for the first time? How was that?
So when I first heard it on like drop day, I loved the whole idea that he had, that he just wanted to make something fun, because Chromakopia was really serious and had such deep meaning about him and his mother. So hearing like the nice, like fun, carefree style was great. And then actually being able to hear it live for the first time, like no one's ever heard it live, it was just so fun. It was like dance music. And even though we were all in like the seats, me and my friends, we all had to get up and just start grooving. It was fun.
Grooving. You were grooving?
I was grooving.
You groovy?
Yeah.
Tom, were you grooving?
No, I mean, I liked the album, but I only listened to like 3 songs, I'm going to be so honest.
So you tapped the glass.
Yeah, I did tap the glass.
You
The
broke
glass
the
You
has
weren't
been tapped.
supposed to tap.
The
You weren't
glass,
supposed to.
Rule number
actually,
one.
it was more than tapped. It's broken. The glass is just gone.
Shattered.
Yeah.
There is no glass.
It's destroyed.
Look, this album came out when I was, and I got to listen to it on the plane when I was going to vacation, and it was like the perfect album for that because I just love that album so much, especially what's the song? Ring Ring Ring. That's my favorite song on the album. That song, when it came on, I woke up. I was sleeping a little bit. I was tired, but like that caught my attention, and I absolutely love that song.
I also really, really liked Ring Ring Ring. That was one of the first songs. Well, I wouldn't say the first song, because I really liked listening it in order. I always do that with every album that comes out, especially because off the rip, Tyler's like, do not touch your phone, stand up, move, like no skips, nothing.
Yeah.
Like you just have to listen to this album for what it is all the way through. That's just how you gotta listen to it, just listen. And
Big
Ring Ring
Poe.
Ring, Big Poe, great
Sugar on My
song.
Tongue is like
Sugar on My Tongue,
is
wow.
actually up there.
That song's on TikTok.
That's a TikTok song now.
I know it is a TikTok song, and that's a thing with Don't Tap the Glass that a lot of people were like not super happy about, was like, oh, he's just making dance and pop music, like he wants to be on the charts. He wants to just like have his viral like moments and stuff like that. And like, yeah, sure, but let a bro have fun.
Yeah.
You said like Chromakopia was so deep and such like an emotional album that he produced. He covered such like dark topics. Like, can a bro just like live and just make music and have fun?
Can we just dance?
Can't we just dance?
That's what the point of the album is, just to have a good time. He literally had a like a dance party for when the album released.
Yeah, drop night. Yeah, he had a whole like dance party in California.
Yeah, he literally said like, don't show up if you're not gonna dance.
Yeah, there were a lot of different like those pop-up concerts that happened. There was one that happened in New York. I was so mad. I wanted to go, but I couldn't get like tickets for it. But it was basically just like a whole thing of like living in the moment. Like he told people, show up, only show up if you're gonna dance. And I believe he took everybody's phones too, because that was another like big kind of concept behind the album, was like he was so tired of people just like being so afraid to be themselves because of like phones and technology and social media, a fear of being like cringe and like, oh, I'm gonna record you and post you because you're acting like a fool. It's like, no, just put your phone away, put it down, and just dance.
Enjoy
have
the
a
music.
good time. Listen to the music, have a good time. So it's been, again, a couple months since the album has come out. There's been songs that have, really blown up and like gone off the charts. But what are some songs that just kind of like didn't really stand out to you guys?
That didn't stand out?
Yeah, you could talk about ones that did stand
Well,
out.
I feel one that stood out. I just really want to talk about Sucker Free. I feel like that whole like first like 5-song run is like almost perfect. The way they all go into each other, from like Big Poe into
Sugar on My Tongue.
Sugar on My Tongue and all them. But I really didn't like that last one. Tell Me What It Is.
They gotta review the playbook a little bit.
I can tell you what I didn't like. I did not like Mom and Him. I did not like that one. That song is just...
I feel like it's more of a transition though. It's only like 40 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like made to be a transition to the next
It's a minute 15.
You gotta keep in mind though too, like give Tyler some slack. This album was like recorded and produced while he was on tour, I believe. Like all of this he was doing while he's going from city to city and performing like a 90-minute show every night. So for what he was able to do and put out in like during that time, like this is a great album. Because again, that was another thing too. He's so sick and tired of the formula, right? Oh, drop a single, drop an album, go on tour, 3-4 year hiatus. He's like, let me just put out something because I want to. Yeah. And that's so cool.
I'll Take Care of You is...
I was just gonna say that.
That's a good song, like, but it's not like...
That's the best song.
It's not something you want to dance to, I think.
That's the best song.
You gotta have some highs and lows. There is the Cherry Bomb drum feature in there. When I heard that, I went crazy.
That was like, really
Cherry
cool.
Bomb mention in the big 2025. Oof. Wow. But yeah, that's insane. I really like Don't Tap the Glass. I think probably my favorite song would probably be Ring 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 or Don't You Worry Baby.
You think it's up there for like one of his top albums, or?
I don't know if it's in a top album debate, but I really liked it. So would I place it over his other more like storytelling ones?
Probably
I don't
not.
think so, because he's just such a good like storyteller. But like right below it, yeah. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
I think it's on like the bottom of his albums.
All right.
I think I'm just hating though. I'm a big hater.
I think you're hating.
You're
Bottom's
hating.
crazy.
I know who I don't hate though? Drake May.
All right.
Okay. Well,
Real quick,
before we
we're
go on,
not
what
at
are our
extra point
favorite
right now.
Tyler albums, real quick?
Call Me If You Get Lost.
Okay. Wolf.
Ooh.
That's
okay.
a good one. Oh, where are we going? Are we going favorite albums?
Yeah.
Favorite album, real quick.
Oh, Call Me If You Get Lost.
That was a bad high five. But
Oh no. Forgot the name.
just say Igor.
Igor. It was Igor.
Yeah. It's like it
was
just say Igor. Poser. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Triple Scoop. Listen to Don't Tap the Glass, Fire album, and check out Mother if you haven't. Pretty cool song that he just released for the anniversary of